Hello, it's Liz. And this is a wrap-up episode of the icipici edition of Getting Started with Genealogy. Stay tuned for more ways to connect with your Hungarian heritage. Well, hello! Welcome to the Hungarian Living Podcast. I'm your host, Elizabeth Szabó-Voss. Our goal is to discover, celebrate, and share Hungarian heritage and encourage you to do it too. We'll touch on food, travel, history, music, language, genealogy, and share stories from our guests. We're glad you're here. This is a podcast where we'll explore Hungarian heritage in a variety of ways. We'll introduce you to some fun people and organizations who love their Hungarian heritage and share some great resources with you so you can get connected to your Hungarian heritage in a deeper way. So whether you know a little or a lot about being Hungarian, this is the place to be. Hey there! This is part 8 of the icipici edition of the Hungarian Living Podcast on Getting Started with Genealogy. I hope you have taken some time or plan to set aside some time to work through the other episodes and grab a notebook and maybe even a box to gather your genealogy information in one spot. And you may be thinking to yourself, so what's next? Well, you will find that researching your family tree will open up a lot of doors, and each door gives you an opportunity to explore. I have a few recommendations for you as you are moving forward, and I will be sure to put the links to all these goodies in the show notes. So be sure to visit HungarianLiving.com and click on the podcast section for all the details on this and the other episodes. If you have not signed up for a free account for Family Search, you should do that right away. It is free and it will be helpful for you as you research. Did I mention that it's free? The website is familysearch.org. If you are on Facebook, please join the Hungarian Living Genealogy group. You will learn so much from the folks in this group. And the great thing is that they are from around the world. So while you learn more about yourself, you might also learn about Hungarians as they moved about in other countries. It's fascinating. If you need some extra help with genealogy, you can purchase time with a researcher who can train you on how to use some of the genealogy websites out there. Or they can simply get you jump-started on your research. You can purchase that through the HungarianStore.com website, and I will put a link to that specific item in the show notes. We have a special product called Hungarian Living Genealogy Pages. It helps you organize your family members and thoughts around genealogy. The link will also be in the show notes. It is available at thehungarianstore.com. If you know some Hungarian, or you wish you did, you are in luck because we are starting Hungarian language lessons again. We have over 100 students learning Hungarian in small groups that meet for an hour at a variety of times during a week and at a variety of levels. Classes will start up again in August and will run for 14 weeks. Our students range in age from 25 to 80 plus, and truly that is a part of the fun. There is more information at thehungarianstore.com, but I will have a link in the show notes. But hurry, classes are starting soon. We have a Hungarian history class coming in September. It is a broad overview of the history of Hungary from the start to where it is now. And we have a new class that highlights some great places to visit on your next trip to Hungary. I will have a link to that in the show notes, but you could also visit thehungarianstore.com and check out our online classes. As you keep digging into genealogy, it is very natural to want to travel to Hungary to see for yourself where your family line is from. We have our tour schedule up at our magyarliving.com website. We are offering 3 different tours in 2023, and we would love to have you join us. The link to the tour details will be in the show notes. And finally, we have several other podcast episodes you should check out, and we will have a link to these in the show notes, or if you follow or subscribe to the Hungarian Living Podcast, you will be able to look for them easily. Of course, I recommend all of this icipici series on getting started with genealogy, but don't forget to check out episode 35, Genealogy with Les Josa, episode 45, Genealogy Adventures, and episode 48, Pictures and Old Letters. Connecting with your Hungarian heritage helps you understand more about your family and some of your habits and traditions. We love to encourage people as they discover, celebrate, and share their Hungarian heritage. We will be hosting more icipici podcasts on the subjects of Hungarian language, Hungarian cooking, travel, and writing down your memories. So, we'd love to hear from you. Be sure to send us a message at podcast@Hungarian Living if you enjoyed the series, and we hope to get you next time. Do you want to learn the Hungarian language, Hungarian history, or learn how to research the Hungarian side of your family? We've got you covered. Check out all our learning opportunities, as well as meaningful books and gifts at thehungarianstore.com. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode of the Hungarian Living Podcast, please share it with someone you know who loves their Hungarian heritage. If you own a business and would like to talk about sponsoring an episode of the podcast, please contact us at podcast@hungarianliving.com for more information. Special thanks to Stephen Chichek and the Animal Cannibals for the show music. Check out our show notes for links to resources mentioned in this episode. If you have a question or comment, we'd love to hear from you. We'll catch you next time.